Are you guys doing all right though? How was this? I caught some of it, but then I had to come back here.
It was so fun because, first of all, when I'm playing at 12:20, I never expect much out of it.
Yeah.
And then they switched us from the main stage to stage 4 like last minute.
Yeah.
So then I was like, nobody's gonna know. Oh, there's CJ.
Yeah, the Siege.
Yeah. And then, but then, dude, it was really fun. People turned out. It was great.
Yeah, it was full, dude. Like, packed. So, and the crowd was giving up the energy. It was so much fun, man. Great festival.
That's like my favorite thing about festivals. Like you said, it's fucking 12:20, and like you get changed last minute, but it's still like a very good crowd and everything.
Right.
And like, thankfully, like the weather today has been better than it was like the past few days, but it's still like muddy and like a little bit cloudy, gross and everything. Like when you're doing like any festival setting, like do you notice like when it's actually worse weather that people are a little more rowdy, a little more into it and shit? Like I feel like all the inhibition goes away and everybody just gets crazier.
We always have really good luck with weather. Like even if it's raining, it tends to clear up when we go on stage or something. But you're right though. Everyone, when they're at a festival, they just have a positive attitude, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, every time we do a festival, it's mostly nice. But, there's some times where they cancel out or rain out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's when it's like, nothing. But if it is kind of shitty, people make the best of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's cool.
It's like, I mean, I saw so many people that are just like covered in mud and everything, and it's like, at some point, it's like, once that happens, like, now what? Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen now? So,
Right,
like,
exactly.
you just go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, like, for your guys' shows, which are, like, very high energy and, like, very, like you get into it and everything. Like, it's badass that, like, this early in the afternoon, it's like, let's fucking go. Let's rage.
They were going.
Dude, like, I'm all for it. So, I love it. I'm glad that I got to catch at least a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But, I do want to talk music and everything that you guys got going on. Of course, the last album, Detox, it's been out for a little bit now, but I feel like there's kind of been like almost like a pattern. It feels like every year and a half there's a new album. Like that's kind of like the pattern that I'm looking at for everything. So we're kind of closing in on that year and a half range. So are you guys kind of taking a pause or what's going on?
Well, definitely there won't be a new full length till at least like summer of next year.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work, and the Detox is really successful.
Yeah.
Debuted #1 on iTunes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Like next summer, a release of a new record.
Yeah. I like it. Well, I mean, it's also, it's good to kind of take a break and like you got the 20th anniversary for the classic album with Only in America too. I mean, celebrating 20 years this year, so it's like you kind of get to break a little bit and be like, all right, let's focus on this for a little bit. So
Totally.
So I mean, tell me about think about the last 20 years when you go back to that album. Like, what's something that you would tell yourself 20 years ago at this point?
Don't party so much.
It's like, don't party so much and then party more?
Yeah, party more. No, and actually you're absolutely right because, I had to really get it in while I can, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing now, so I'm really enjoying my brothers out here right now and just loving it, dude.
Hell yeah. But, it's crazy, when you think about, just being a band that's had that kind of longevity. You've been around and built this base and, still making new music today. It's one of those, major accomplishments that you look at and it's newer bands that are here, do you think that they can be around for that long, still doing it, still bringing a crowd at fucking 12:20 on a Sunday at a festival? What's the fun?
I gotta tell you what, Head PE has stood the test of time because, one thing that I know, 16 years in the band, I can tell you is that every single one of us are laser focused on providing the best live show that we can present to our people every time. You know what I mean? And that's something that I can tell you, playing with other bands, doing other things, whatever, this is the best I've ever experienced. Jared carrying this shit, and it's just like contagious, the energy. You know? And I see it in the faces of our fans or whatever, and I've seen it over this time. Like people will want to come and just be a part of that all the time. And I think I attribute a lot of that to how much we put into what we're doing. You know what I mean? How much we really care about it and put in our everything. Everything into every show like it's the last one, you know. These guys like that, you know.
We're kind of throwing in our own lane a little bit, throwing out a bit of a unique style, I think. I'd like to think so.
You've always kind of been that way with the unique style. So.
I think like while we're playing, people like get into that kind of different style. Like it's a little bit, because we can play a festival and not that every band sounds the same, but very heavy metal-esque, you know, all throughout the day, with few exceptions, you know, and we're, with us being one of those exceptions.
Yeah, hitting the different styles, letting people kind of groove, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, let them ladies shake their asses a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Feel sexy, you know what I mean?
Right. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
You can have all that aggressiveness and all of that kind of energy, but like you want them to feel it.
Where's
like
the foreplay at? Where's the foreplay at?
That's
you know what I'm saying?
1220, you need that head PE foreplay. Like
there
that's,
you go.
I'm here for that.
There it is.
Hell
there it
yes.
is.
So I get like, so when you're thinking about that, I mean, like when you want to have that kind of standout vibe, so to speak, like, you know, festivals are a different beast. It's a shorter set, obviously, but like when you think about like a full length tour and everything, one of my favorite songs my favorite things to ask, I'm sure you're gonna have different answers. When you're putting together that set list, it's like, all right, like here's some staple songs. They always make the cut, no matter what. You know, you want to play some new music. You want to play like other fan favorites, stuff like that. What's something you wish you could put on your set list, but it just barely misses the cut? Like you just either not enough time or whatever.
Like today, we cut out like our like more trap rock and then ska, reggae. We took those out and just kept it like pretty heavy and fast paced. You know, because sometimes it's maybe especially if you're on at 12:20 and you've only got a half hour, you don't want to spend 15 minutes just kind of all irie out. Although I don't mind that. But you got to kind of tailor your set list to who you think you're playing for.
And that is also a great thing too, because there have been times where we do festivals, we have a little bit longer. So we have an opportunity to kind of suck people into our energy with that stuff, which is dope. You know, we did like a brutal assault where it was just death metal, and then we come up there and we're doing this reggae shit, groove shit, and
everybody's like,
they're like,
what? They're like, yes.
You know, they were like, oh my God, this is nice. My ears are getting a break, and I'm feeling something up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yeah. I'm all for that. Like, it is like creating that mood and that experience for the people that are in the crowd. So
and let them women be sexy for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Let them shake their ass.
Let them shake their asses a little bit.
I swear, they got time to fucking mosh and jump around, let the titties bounce around. But like, you need some ass shaking too.
There you go. There you go.
Here, I'm all for it. So one last thing. So you guys had a nice little, I shouldn't say nice, a viral moment, so to speak, with Walmart and all this. Like
Crazy Ed right there.
So
he detained a shoplifter.
Absolutely insane for starters.
Got us on Fox News.
I mean, like absolutely crazy. So like, so something like this that's like just, I mean, outside of music, it's just something that happened. Like, what was kind of the response? Like, did you see anything from either the fans or like, was there a new audience that came in because like they were like, oh, like who's this band that, you know, are stopping shoplifters and shit?
I can't say there was a new audience, but there was just kind of a new attention on like, you know, us working with an Army vet and all that. Our respect to the like, you know, the armed services and all that kind of came to the forefront. You know, working with Ed, who spent over 10 years serving the country. So that was cool. To put a spotlight on veterans, and we raised some money and made a T-shirt out of it and donated it all to the vets.
Nice.
So that was cool. You know,
really badass.
That's about as far as it went.
And you know, it's interesting. Literally a few days before that, we saved a guy's life. You know, but that's something you don't hear about.
No, I haven't heard about this.
So here's a story I will share. You know, I was driving. And me, Tim, our tech, and Crazy Ed, we were there, and an accident just happened. A truck, like the dude dozed off and drove off the road and flipped his truck.
Jesus.
Like, and I just drove past it, and I told Timmy, I'm like, oh man, how bad does it look? But I'm focusing because there's debris all in the road.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it bad? He's like, dude, we have to stop, bro. It's bad. The whole top of the truck was smashed down. It was upside down. I'm like, okay, all right, we're stopping. Crazy Ed, I'm like, hey, dude, we're gonna need your help. He got up, snapped into action, pulled over. I'm like, I'm gonna get on the horn with 911. I'll get the ambulance out here. You guys go and check on it. Get out there, pulled him out of the car. It was negative, like 2 degrees outside.
Jesus.
Just something to understand, like, and no one on the road.
Yeah.
No one would have seen him. His phone was dead. He didn't know where his phone was. He would have never made it out of there. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
But yeah, we saved his life. You know what I mean? But that's something that you don't hear about. But that was 2 days before that happened. Like, that was a crazy tour, bro.
Look at y'all. I mean, like, y'all are like the fucking superheroes over here. It's like, they're like, all right, saving lives, stopping crime. Like,
Let's go. Shout out to Marshall Pratt. We love you, brother.
my God, like that, dude. That is absolutely insane. That, like, I don't even know how to react anymore. I'm like, all right, yeah, you stopped the shoplifter. No, we saved the guy's life too.
No, it's true.
Jesus.
It's crazy,
That's
but it's
insane.
so true.
That is absolutely wild. Well, I mean, that's peak right there. Like that's a high note. So
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
I think we wrap it up right there.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
It's great to see you, and hopefully next time you're back in Louisville, it's less cloudy and like less post-hurricane type
Lovely,
shit.
though.
Hey, dude, compared to the 100 degrees that y'all had like last week, I'll take this all
Oh,
day.
my
This
God.
is
It
nice.
didn't rain at all today.
Yeah, this is nice.
Today's been fine, like nice and
I'm
cool.
with it,
So
yep.
I'll take it all day.
All right,
Thank you,
bro.
brother.